One of the strongest people that I know in my life is my dad. He's just got this knack of being able to pick himself up, dust himself down and start all over again. And he seems to thrive on that. How does that resonate with you?
I think it's interesting you say about people who thrive on the ability to be able to see some of life's challenges as stepping stones and not stumbling blocks, because that's the choice that we can make. You know, it's inevitable that there will be times in our lives that we're affected by adversity, that we have to go through difficult situations. And as Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going.
So what would some of those challenging points in people's lives be specifically that require them to be a bit tougher than usual?
Well, I think something we have to appreciate is different people are affected by different things, you know, and we all have different personalities and different emotional responses to situations. So what might be a small issue to one person might be another, you know, larger issue to another person.
So what would a positive coping strategy look like?
Well, I guess we're all individuals, and what works for one person might not necessarily work for another person. So it's about creating your own personal strategy. However, there are some key fundamental things that you can do to help yourself when you're actually experiencing adversity. So certainly putting together healthy coping mechanisms as opposed to unhealthy coping mechanisms. So for example, looking after yourself physically and emotionally, eating properly, exercising. These are all the things that can help you. And absolutely, it's about having a positive mental attitude. You know, if we can believe that the light at the end of the tunnel is something positive and not an oncoming train, as many pessimists may believe, then that's going to help us tremendously.
And I guess taking personal responsibility for whatever it is that we perceive.
You're absolutely right, totally right there, in terms of very often we can adopt a victim mentality. You know, we can hear ourselves saying, you made me feel like this, or this situation is happening to me, rather than saying, I'm responsible for the way that I react to this situation, because that is something that you have. And if you choose to adopt the victim mentality and have what I call a constant pity party, feeling sorry for yourself, it's not going to help you.
So overall then, if we find ourselves needing to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down and start all over again, like my old dad did, or still does,
Yeah.
what advice would you give overall?
Well, first of all, it's about taking emotional control and taking responsibility for the way that you react emotionally. It's about avoiding adopting a victim mentality, and it's being optimistic and keeping an open and flexible mind. And I guess the key thing is to believe in your ability to overcome adversity. And I love this technique. It's called sumo, and it means simply shut up and move on. So sometimes we just have to leave the past behind us and not carry it around and project it into the future in a negative way, and to learn and grow from every experience.